yoga session. This morning we're going to concentrate on our hamstrings. As we all know, the hamstrings can get really tight. This then also affects your hips and your lower back. So today we're going to work on those. So enjoy, and let's get started. So let's just start with a little bit of a warm-up. Taking our feet just slightly apart. We're going to bring our arms up, overhead, inhale, exhale, coming down. Inhale, exhale. One more. Good. Now we're going to come from the back. So bringing the arms from the back all the way forward. Inhale, exhale. Good. Last one. Nice. Now we're going to open our feet slightly, and we're going to come do a little twist. So we're going to take them all the way back. So we're going to take our opposite toe to the mat. And then we're going to twist and look behind. So try to get a full rotation of the spine as we bring our arms all the way around. Make sure to come up onto the opposite toe as you twist. Good. Two more. And come back. Now we'll bring our feet back together. Bring our arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers and reach up. Trying to look up, coming up onto the toes, reaching up with the arms. Good. And come back down. Inhale. Exhale. Come to the right side. Arms straight, looking up, pushing the hip out. And breathe. Inhale, back up. Exhale, other side. Pushing the hip out, reaching with those arms, keeping them straight, and looking up. Inhale, back up. Up, come back to the other side. Drop your hand to your hip and reach. Pushing the hip away. Looking up, palm down. Come back up. Reaching up. Inhale. Exhale. Come to the other side. Hand to hip and reach. Palm down. Looking up. Good. Come back up. Hands up. Now this time turn all the way to the right. And then look up at the ceiling, keeping those arms straight. Just feel this in your lower back. Come back. Turn all the way to the other side. And look up. Don't forget to breathe. Come back and release the arms. Now take the hands to the hips, the lower back, and push them forward, dropping the head behind you. Bringing the shoulder blades together. Behind you, elbows together, pushing the hips forward. Good. Come back up, arms up, and we're going to fold all the way forward and grab the elbows. So as you grab the elbows, try to take the weight into your arms, into your head, feeling the pull in the back of the legs, folding from the waist. Try to keep your back nice and long. And breathe. back of the legs and pull yourself down. Pulling, head toward the ground. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up. Hands together, hands to heart. And from here, we're going to take our fingertips to our chin and look up. So you're pushing the chin gently with the fingertips and looking up at the ceiling. And release. Take the chin to the chest, hands to the back of the head, pushing down gently. And breathe. Come back up. And take the right hand and pull the head toward the right. Looking up slightly. Coming down and come to the left. And coming down. And now we're going to roll our neck. So slowly rolling the head in a circle. Now remember to go slowly. Our neck is very sensitive. And remember to breathe. So breathing in on one side and breathing out on the other. Always breathing through the nose. Good. Now we'll change direction. So go the other way. Again, breathing. Good. And come back up. Now let's take to our shoulders. So take the right arm across the body, left arm up, and then look over your shoulder. So pull in this arm as you look over the shoulder. And breathe. Good. And now take the arm all the way behind you and grab that elbow. Pulling the elbow, taking your hand down to the center of your back. Keep your chest up. And breathe. Good. Other side. Take the left arm across, bring the arm up, and look over your shoulder. Pulling up with this arm to feel the pull in the shoulder. Now take the arm behind you and pull down on your elbow. Good. And release. Now let's wake up those hips a little bit. So we're going to put our weight into our left leg, pick up the right knee. So up, bring it out and down. Up, out, down. Good. So do this a few times. Trying to keep the balance. Opening up the knee. One more time. And now we're going to come from the back. So starting with the foot in back, we pick up the knee and we bring it forward. Good. Make sure you bend the knee as you rotate the hip, bringing the leg in front of you. Good. Last one. And down. And let's do the other side. So coming onto the right foot, pick up the left leg and open it to the side. Up, out, down. Good. One more. And we'll come from the back. Starting from the back, bring that leg forward. Bending the knee as you come up. keep the balance. Last one. And come back. Good. Now take your hands to your knees. We're going to do circles with the knees. Good. Let's take it into a circle, waking up those knees. And change direction. Good. And come back up. And now we come to our ankles. So take the right ankle out, and we're going to take a circle. So take a circle with the foot. And change direction. Other way. And now we're going to kick out. So as we kick, we breathe through our nose. Good. And the other side. Coming up to the right, pick up the left, and go in a circle. With the foot. Good. Change direction. And then we're going to kick, breathing through the nose. Good. And coming back. Now we're going to open our feet into a nice strap up. So kicking them fairly far apart, so where you're comfortable. And now we're going to have the toes point out. So we're going to point toward the outside of the mat. Take our hands in front of us, and we sit down. Our goddess pose. So sit into your chair, back straight, sitting down like you're in a chair, keeping those knees open, hips open, and breathe. So as far down as you can. Again, don't fall too far forward. Make sure your back is up straight. 3 more breaths. 3, 2, 1. And come up. Take the hands to the hips. Take the toes in this time. So the toes are facing each other. The hands on the hips. We're going to look up. So look up slightly behind you. And then slowly fold all the way forward. And in this position, you're going to grab either your ankles, your calves, or your feet, and come all the way down. So the goal is to get the head to the mat. If you're not there, that's fine. Just pull yourself down. You should feel that in your hamstrings, in the back of your leg. And hold. And hold. The farther your feet are apart, the easier it is to get your head down. But you want to stay safe. So go to the spot that's good for you. Breathe. Good. Now release the hands. Take them to the mat. And then we're going to walk our hands all the way to our right leg. And then pull down your head toward your knee. So make sure that your left hand is also there. And you take your head towards your knee and breathe. Good. Now walk your hands to the other side and do the same. So grab the left leg and bring your head down towards your knee and hold. And hold. Good. And come back. One more time. Hands to the mat. Head down. Good. Now you can take your hands back to your hips. Take the toes out. Come back up. Good. And sit back down. Sitting down. Knees open. Keep breathing. Even when there's pain in the legs, you gotta breathe and hold. Good. Come back up. Hands to the hips. One more time, taking the toes facing each other. Looking back. And folding forward. This time, take your hands directly to the floor. See if you can go a little bit deeper. Good. Pulling yourself down. If this is not possible, you can always grab a block and take your hands to the block. Either way. Okay? And up. So stay here. Now, we're going to take our left hand down and our right hand up. So you can either use the block or come to the floor. Reaching up. Looking up at your hand at the ceiling. Good. Come back down and come up with the other. Reaching up. Looking at the hand. Good. Come back down. One last fold. Take the hands to the hips and slowly come back up. Good. Now we're just going to heel toe our feet together. Take a breath here. Come into our mountain pose. Hands out, feet together. Standing up straight. Rooting the feet into the mat. Shoulders down. And breathe. Make sure you're engaging your thighs. Your shoulders are down your back. And take a breath. Good. You can close your eyes if you want to. Good. Now take the hands to the heart, and we're going to step onto the top of the mat. Good. Now we're all set. We're going to do a couple sun salutation. So we're going to bring our arms up overhead. Inhale. Looking back. Exhale. Folding forward. So again, forward fold. Come down as much as you can. Hold this. Breathe. Good. Now bend the knees. Take the hands to the mat and step back with your right foot as far as you can, taking the knee down. And again, always make sure you're in alignment, that your knee is over your ankle. And this knee is as far back as it needs to be able to come down into those hips without coming forward or back with this knee. So hold, keeping the fingers down, chest open, looking up. Good. Good. Now we take our hands down to the mat, flip that toe, and step back. High plank. Hold this. Feeling the weight coming over the wrists. Body is up. Don't let the body sag. Make sure your body is up and strong. Good. Now you can let the knees come down. Bending those elbows, lower yourself to the mat. Now push yourself back up. Cobra. Make sure we keep a slight bend. No hyperextending. Slight bend in the elbows, looking up. Good. Come back down. Flip the toes. You can push yourself through your knees and up. Downward facing dog. Now it's our first down dog. So as usual, let's bend one knee and push the other heel down. So we can just wake up those calf muscles. And switch. And switch. One more time. Good. Now try to push both heels into the mat. So the hips go back, the head comes below the shoulders. Like your chest is coming toward the mat. You should feel that in your shoulders and the back of the legs. Good. Now pick up the right leg as high as you can, keeping that head down. Hold. Now bringing the knee toward the chest, swing that leg forward between the hands. Good. Again, if that's too difficult, you can't get all the way, it's okay if you're here. You grab your foot and you bring it forward. Okay? Whatever works for you, it's no problem as long as you get your leg back up into your low lunge. Again, just check your alignment, fingertips down, looking up, chest open, feeling your weight coming down into the hips. And take a breath. Good. Hands down, come onto the toe, step forward, and fold. Inhale, come all the way back up, looking back, and exhale, folding forward. Again, hold the fold, breathe. Now take the hands to the mat, bend the legs, step back with the left leg as far as you can. Good, check your alignment, chest up, and bring your arms up this time. Reaching up, looking up. Good, make sure you breathe. And arms down, step back, high plank, body strong, hold, knees down, lower yourself to the mat, elbows in, come back up, looking up, come back down, flip the toes, downward facing dog. Feel free to take a step in to get your alignment, push those heels down, hips back, head below the shoulders. Good. Breathe. Pick up the left leg as high as you can. Hold. Head down. Now taking the knee toward the chest and bring that foot between the hands. Good. Chest up. And bring the arms all the way up. Looking up. Hips down. And breathe. Good. Hands down. Step forward. And fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Looking back. Exhale, folding forward. Breathe. Hold the fold. Good. Both hands down. Now we're going to take 2 steps back. 1, 2. So now we're on our plank. Again, keeping the body strong. Now this time you can either take your knees down and go down, or if you want to try, just come straight down without lowering the knees. Good. Elbows in. And push yourself back up. Come back down. Flip the toes. Downward facing dog. Good. Pushing those heels down. Head below the shoulders. Pick up the right leg. And swing it between the hands. Keep the knee down. Good. This time, take your hands to your hips. Check your alignment. Good. And now from here, we're going to just straighten that leg and pivot on the heel. So don't move the heel. Come back down. Good. One more time, straighten the leg. You're going to need to use those stomach muscles, engage the core. Keep that leg strong. Come back down. Good. last time. Now bring our arms up. And exhale, fold forward over that leg. Good. Now it's okay if you're just here. That's fine. Do what you can do. The idea is just to try to take the head toward the knee. So just breathe into it. It's an intense stretch for the hamstring. Good. Make sure your toe is pointing up and flexed. A few more breaths. Good. Come back up. Bend that knee. Now you're going to take your hands to the inside, walk them back, and try to grab that toe behind you. I know that can be a challenge. So if you can't get the toe, then you can always just try to pick up the leg like this. You want to feel the stretch in the front of that thigh. Okay? So do what you can do. Just make sure that you're on the front of the knee, not on the kneecap, because this will hurt. Okay, so once you get the foot, you then come all the way forward. So you're no longer on your kneecap. Good. And hold it. Hold it for a moment. Good. And release. Take the hands to either side of the foot. Come onto the toe. Step back. High plank. Hold. Now again, you can either take your knees down or just lower yourself down to the mat. Elbows bent. Come back up. Come back down. Flip the toes. Downward facing dog. Take your step in if you need to. Heels down. And lower the shoulders. And pick up the left leg. And swing it between the hands. Coming with the hands on the hips. And your knees over your ankle. And then just pivoting on that heel. Gonna straighten the leg. Keeping the core strong to help with the balance. Good. And go back down. And straight. And down. Last time. Good. Now we're going to inhale, bring our arms up overhead. And take the hands to either side. And fold. Good. So come where you are. Folding over that leg. Do you feel that in the back of the leg? And hold. And hold. Good. Come back up and bend the knee. Now take the hands to the inside and grab the foot. Coming forward, pulling that foot. Good. Again, if that's a real challenge, you always have the option just to pick up the foot so you can feel the engagement in front of the thigh. Good. Leaning forward so you're not on your kneecap. Good. And release. Taking the hands down, step back, and hold. Now again, even taking the knees down, and lower yourself down to the mat. Now from here, I want you to take your hands together in a low plank. We're going to flip the toes, and we're going to come up, and hold. You can do it. Working that core. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come down. Good work. Good work. Now take the hands below the shoulders. Come back up for your cobra. Come back down. Grip the toes for our last downward facing dog. Taking the heels to the mat. Head below the shoulders. Good. It's your last one, so try to go as deep as you can. Straighten those knees, pushing those heels down. Good. Now we're going to bend the knees, and we're going to walk up to our hands. You need to come on the tippy on your fingertips, that's fine. We walk all the way up to our forward fold. Good. So in the forward fold, try to grab the back of the legs and pull yourself forward. Breathe. Now release the legs, bend the knees, grab your big toe. So take your two fingers together, take them under the toe, take the thumb on top, grabbing your two big toes, and then slowly straighten the knees. And pulling on those toes, pull yourself forward. If that's too intense and you can't straighten your knees, that's okay. Keep them slightly bent, but keep pulling yourself down. Pulling, pulling. Breathe. Breathe. Good. And release. And slowly coming back up. Hands up, hands to heart. And breathe. Good. Now with a little bit of standing. Excuse me. Hands together, bending that knee. And we're going to step back with the right foot, keeping the front knee bent. Warrior two. Good. So make sure our knee is over our ankle at all times. Also, a good way to look is that your two heels, this heel and this heel, are in line with one another. Arms up, shoulder height. And look at your fingertips in front of you as you come down into your hips. Good. And hold. And hold. And straighten the leg. And take your hand to your back leg. Flip the hand and bring it back. Looking up. Just make sure the hand is going back and you're looking up at your hand. Good. Come back up. Keeping the legs straight. Reach forward. Hips go back. And take your hand down for triangle. Now you can always use a block in this situation. So take the block next to your foot and reach up. Good. Reaching, reaching. Make sure that this is one flat plane. So your chest, your torso is turned as you reach up. Legs are straight. Good. Come back up. Take the hands to the hips. Rotate the hips forward. Hips are facing forward. And we're going to take our right arm. You're going to reach forward with the right. And then you can take it back to the block and reach up to the left. Twisting triangle. So the hand's either on the block or it can be on the foot, or the most advanced is on the other side of the foot. So just go where you can go. Reaching up, twisting with the torso. Trying to keep the balance. You can do it. Good. Come back up. Make sure you're still facing forward. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward over that leg. Again, feel free to use your blocks. Take a block to either side of the foot and fold forward. Making it a bit easier. You can also touch your forehead to your knee. And breathe. And breathe. Good. Come back up. Take the hands to the heart. Bend that knee slightly. And step forward. And take a breath. Bend the knees. And we're going to come back with the left foot. Knee bent, arms out. Come down into the hips. Knee over ankle. Warrior two. Looking at your fingertips. Just so I can see you a bit better, I'll do it on this side. Good. So coming down into the hips. And breathe. Good. Straighten that leg. Take the hand to the back leg. Turn the palm back and look up. Try to see if you can see your palm. As you look back, keeping the legs straight. Good. Come back up. Keeping the balance. Keeping that leg straight. Reaching forward. Hips go back. And come down for triangle. Again, feel free to use your block. Reaching up. Breathe. Looking up. Good. Come back up. Hands to hips. Hips facing forward. Now you're going to take your left hand out. Reaching forward. You can bring it back down to the block. And reach up with the other hand. Twisty triangle. So you're looking at the hand in the sky. And twisting with the torso. You can also have your hands down. Or on your foot. Reaching up. Really try to get the balance. Use those stomach muscles. Engage. All the way up. Good. Come back up. Make sure your hips are still facing forward. Inhale. Exhale. Fold over the hips and down. Good. So make sure your front leg is as straight as possible. Head toward the knee. And just breathe into the stretch. It's very intense. Just breathe. Good. Come back up. Hands to heart. And step forward. And take a breath. Good. Now we're going to step to the middle of the mat. Good. And we'll just do a little chair. So bending our knees. Take your fingertips to either side of your feet. Now keep the knees where they are and just bring up the arms. Sitting down. Bringing your chest up. Try not to kick forward too much. Try to bring that chest up. Bring those arms up next to the ears and sit. Good. And breathe. Good. Now come up slightly. Take the right foot over the left leg. Hands to prayer. And sit down for a balancing half chair. Hold. If you want to challenge yourself, try to take your elbows down to your feet and knee. And come back. Try to sit down as much as you can. Good. And come back down. Come to your chair and do the other side. Left over right, sitting down, hands to heart. Chest up, looking up. Now try to take your hands all the way down, your elbows looking up. Come back up, keep that chair. Good. And release. Arms up, one final push. You can do it. Good. Hands to heart. And stand up. Very good. You can shake out your legs a little bit. Good. Now we'll do one last balancing. So everybody come onto the left leg, taking the weight into the left, and pick up the right knee. So first balance here for a moment, hugging that right knee, flexing the toe. And as we're balancing, try to find a place on the floor to concentrate on. And not move your gaze. You can also slightly bend the knee in the standing leg. Hold this. Now try, this is our challenge pose for the day. Try to grab both sides of the feet and straighten the leg. This may be tricky, so even if the knee is a little bent, that's okay. Just try to get the balance. Good. An alternate version is grabbing that big toe and straightening the leg. And hold. Good. And come down. Good. And let's do the other side. Taking the weight into the right leg, grabbing the left, hugging that knee in, flexing the toe, holding. Good. Find your balance. Find that spot to concentrate on. Now, try to grab the outside of the feet and straighten the leg. Again, if you can't 100% straighten, that's okay. You can keep it a little bit bent, but try to find your balance. Good. And you can also try it this way as well. Hold. 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 And come down. Good. Now let's come down to the mat. Okay? So everybody come, and we're going to come down first into our yogic squat. So that means we take our heels on the mat, our toes slightly pointing out, toes slightly off the mat, hands to the heart, and come down. So we're in our squat. Then we take our elbows, and we push our knees back. Chest is up and open. Close your eyes if you wish, and take a breath. And breathe. Come down as far as you can. Pushing the knees away from you. Good. And now we're going to come down. Just grab the strap and sit down on our mat, legs extended and in front of us. Good. So make sure we're on our seat bones, our feet are together, toes are flexed. Inhale, folding forward on the exhale. Now we can use our strap. So taking the strap around the feet, looking up, bending the elbows, chest open, looking up. So try not to curl forward with your shoulders up. Try to bring the shoulders down and keep the chest open. Elongating the spine, the back. Good. Bending those elbows. Good. If you don't need a strap, what you can do is grab your big toe and bend the elbows. Still keeping the chest up and forward. Good. Come back up. Take the right foot and fold it in. So your foot is placed just next to the thigh, not under it, just touching. Good. Make sure that our hips are facing the extended leg. Inhale up, exhale, folding over. Again, you can use your strap, bending those elbows, chest up. Good. Make sure you can feel that pull in the back of the leg. Good. If you don't need the strap, again, then try to put your forehead to your knee. Come back up. And we're going to take that same right leg, place it on top of the other leg, so just above the knee, after the ankle. Inhale up, exhale, folding forward. Again, you can use your strap as you fold forward. You don't need the strap, just come down, fold in. Good. Come back up. Now take the foot flat to the mat, knee is bent, and we're going to twist. So inhale, exhale, take your elbow to your knee, and look behind you. Try to push that knee away from you, into the body. Twisting with the torso, not the neck. The neck just follows. Looking behind you. Good. And breathe. And come back. Straighten that leg. And bring in the left leg to the side as high as you can. Take your hips toward the extended leg. Inhale, exhale, and fold. Again, taking that strap, bending the elbows, looking up, and hold. Come back up, take that leg over the top, left leg over right, above the knee, after the ankle. Inhale, exhale down. Using the strap, folding forward. You should feel this more in your hip as well as in the hamstrings. Good. Come back up. Take the foot down to the mat. Knee up. And we'll twist. Inhale. Exhale. Push that knee away from you. Looking behind you. The knees be pushed into the body as you twist the torso. Looking over your shoulder. And breathe. Good. And come back. Straighten the legs. And we're going to take one more forward fold. Inhale. Exhale. Come all the way down. Again, feel free to use your strap. And try to go deeper this time. Folding from the hips, from the waist. Try not to curl back, chest. We worked a lot on the hamstrings, so you should be able to go deep today. Feel your body, feel what's right for you, and just breathe. Good. And slowly come back up. Now, since we've done a lot of forward folds, we're going to take our hands just slightly behind us, fingertips facing forward, bend the knees, take the feet down, and we're just going to push up with the body and take our head back, looking behind us. So push up, and look back. And hold, and hold. Good. And come back down. Good. Now we're going to take our feet together for a little bit of butterfly. So you can take your knees up and down. Good. As much as you can. Now we're going to open the feet. So taking your thumbs onto your feet and opening them up like a book. Keeping the bottom sides of the feet together. Open the book. And then that brings your knees down to the mat. And then just help a little bit by pushing the knees down with the elbows. Pushing. If this doesn't work well for you, you can always grow out your ankles and push down with your elbows. And hold. If this is easy for you, the next step is then to take your head all the way to your toes. Try to touch your forehead to your toes or to the floor. And hold. Good. And come back up. Now we're going to take our right leg and we're going to place it right where the elbow bends into our left arm. Okay? So there's the left arm, place it right here, and then bring the other arm all the way around the side, so we have a cradle. Okay? Make sure that your foot is up, so it should be at a 90-degree angle. Foot is next to your chest. With the foot down here, you're not going to get a proper stretch, so make sure you bring it up, bring the hands together, interlace the fingers if you want, and come back and forth. Just rocking the baby. Good. Now try to bring it in as much as you can to the chest. If you need a bit of help, you can always bring the arm up and over and then hug in that leg. Otherwise, you can just keep it on the side and hug it in. Hold. Should be very intense stretch for that hip. Hold. Good. Now try to grab the inside of the heel and come up. Straighten the leg. Take the hand behind you a little bit and lean back as you straighten. Reaching out. Good. Come back down and we'll do the other side. So take the left foot, bring it in to where the elbow bend of the right hand, right arm, the other arm all the way around. Make sure your foot is high at the level of your chest. And rocking back and forth. If you can't get it that high, it's okay. Just try your best. Just make sure you can feel it in the hips. Good. Now hug it in. Take your arm over the top and bring your leg as close to your chest as you can. And hold. Good. Now take the left hand onto the left inside of the heel and come up. Straightening that leg and taking your weight onto your back hand. Good. The best you can. If your knee is slightly bent here, it's okay. Just work on straightening it slowly, slowly. Good. And come back down. Good. Now we're just going to hold our knees to our chest. Take the hands down to the mat and come into your boat. So we can bend our knees here. Either leg, keep your hands to the mat, or if you can, straighten them next to the legs. And hold. Using those abs, you can do it. Hold. Good. Now try to take one toe down and up. Down and up. So alternating toes. That's 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Hold, hold. Good. And bring in the knees. Good work. And breathe. Good. Now we're going to roll to our back. So taking the knees into the chest and just roll back. Keep hugging those knees, laying on your back, and breathe. Now try to pick up the head. See if you can touch your nose or your chin to your knees. And hold. Good. And release the head. And now release the left leg. And just hug in the right knee to the chest. So left leg is straight, right knee is hugged in. And hold for a moment. Hugging in the knee. Good. Now from here, you can either take your hands to either side of your foot, or you can use your strap and straighten that leg. So try to straighten the leg. Again, bending the elbows, and then bring your leg up toward your head. Try lifting up your head if you can, and the goal is to touch your forehead to your leg. Good. Do the best you can, pulling that leg forward. Try to make sure the other leg is as straight as possible. You can even flex your toe and pull. Hold. Good. And bring your head back down. Bend that knee. Hug the knee in. Now with the left hand, we're going to bring the knee all the way across the body. Hook in the toe behind the other leg. And then we're going to open up our right arm to the side and look toward the right as the other hand is pushing the knee down to the mat on the left. So a nice twist. Remember, in twist, try to keep the shoulders on the mat. It's okay if the knee's up a little bit. Just try to push the knee down, keeping the shoulders down. Looking at your hand and twist. Good. Come back up. Still holding that right knee. Now bring the left foot down to the mat. Take the right ankle on the left knee. Hands through the center. And grab that left knee, hugging up to your chest for a figure 4. Hugging it in, see if you can touch your foot to your nose. Good. Good, good, good. Hugging it in. As much as you can. Good. And release. Now we're going to do the other side. So hug in the left knee, keeping that right leg straight. So hug in the left. Good. And now we're going to straighten. So take your hands to your foot and straighten the leg. Or take the strap and straighten. And lifting up the head, try to bring the forehead to the knee. And hold. And hold. Good. You can do it, bending those elbows, pulling in, taking the head off the mat, and hold. Good. And release. Release the strap and hug that knee in. Good. Now we're going to take the knee across the body, so all the way to the right, hooking in the toe behind the other leg, opening up the arm to the left, and twist. So looking toward the left, as you push the knee toward the floor on the right, keeping the shoulders down on the mat. Pushing down. Good. Come back up, hugging that knee. Take the right foot down to the mat. Take the ankle on the knee. Take the hand through the center and hug the knee. So again, bringing that head up if you can. Try to touch the foot to the face as you hug your knee in. You should feel that in the hips, a bit in the glutes. Good. Just hug it in. Again, if this feels it was very difficult to grab the top, you can always grab the bottom as well. I didn't show that on the other side, but you can do that on both sides as well. You can always grab the inside of the leg. Good. And release. And then our last two poses. Hug those knees in. And we're going to grab the inside of the heels for our happy baby. So for the happy baby, you want to make sure that your legs are in a 90 degree. So you can see the legs are 90 degree, the knees are going down to the floor. You should feel that on the top of the thighs and the hip flexors. So push, push, push. The goal is for the knees to touch the floor. Pushing, pushing down as much as you can. And breathe. And breathe. As you push. Good. And release. Once again, hugging those knees. Now take the feet to the floor. And take the hands down. And we're going to come into bridge. So bridge is we bring the body up. So you can either leave the hands on the floor like this, or you can interlace the fingers and try to come up a little bit more onto the shoulders. So you're onto your shoulders, onto your neck, and come up with the body. So really squeezing the glutes to push you up as much as you can. Push, push, push. Good. Pushing up. And come back down. Good. And then the last pose for today is we're just going to straighten our legs straight up to the sky and hold. Now you can just stay like this, or if it's easier for you, you can also use a strap and hold. And breathe. Good. And hug the knees in. And rock side to side. Massaging the back. And now roll all the way to the right side. And take a breath here. And then with the left hand, you push yourself up into a seated position. Kind of come into a comfortable seated position, so wherever that is for you. Easy pose, half lotus. And then we're just going to take 2 final breaths. So in this final relaxation, you can stay here for as long as you like, as long as you need to. You can also lay on the mat in Savasana and just relax. Just let the body relax. Relaxing your muscles. Letting go of any tension, any tightness you may be feeling. If there's a certain place that feels really tight, just bring your breath to that place and breathe. subscribe to us so you can support us and we can keep doing these videos. Make sure to check us out on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook. Thank you so much. We hope to see you soon.